Lobster and some other fishing is not sustainable right now.
Plan to save endangered whales making waves.
The Monterey Bay Aquarium is under scrutiny tonight with legislators from Maine.
This isn't hyperbole. The lobster industry is under attack, with tens of thousands of Mainers' lives on the line, and it's all happening now. And in this video, I'll speak with a marine biologist to really dive into these issues. But I also want to show the human side of the story and hear from the people and families that are really being affected to help share their concerns and fears.
The latest thing that we've done was, sue the federal government. Basically, for their science being wrong. We feel that it's wrong.
Yeah, because of the impact that it's going to have financially and culturally, and the ripple effect that it'll have on the coast of Maine.
So unless you've been living in a trap at the bottom of the ocean, you may have noticed a few battles happening on the lobster front. From red listings and boycotts to right whales, wind farms, warming waters, and rising costs of business. This industry is, as they say, getting right stove up. Now, Monterey Bay Seafood Watch put lobster on their red list, and the Marine Stewardship Council took away its sustainable certificate, basically telling the world not to buy our biggest export. Now, experts say this was done with false correlations between lobstering in Maine and the decline of the right whale population, and without any significant scientific data to back that claim up. And to be very clear, there have been that's zero, zilch, nada evidence of any Maine lobster gear associated in any death of a right whale. So let's get into it. First up, we meet the Coombses, the not so typical lobstering family.
What do we want to talk about in here? Here's the dog. This is Greta and Jocelyn. I think what it is most fishing families have so much pride in what they do, the boat, the unique way of life. I mean, I don't want to speak for you, but to go harvest something that's food for people, that provides for your family, right?
I just love going for boat rides. I've been doing this since I was 11, full-time when I was 18. I'm 46 now, so if you want to do the math. I used to sell all my old traps to other guys, but now somebody else is getting them to try to make her go of it.
I had 150 traps out this summer, and then next summer I'll have 400 traps out because I just got my commercial license.
Kind of nice knowing that, our heritage and legacy will continue on with her. But yeah, I mean, I'm definitely worried about what could come down the pike. Everything they've asked us to do, we've done. But when you ask to take 98% of the risk out of the water, we couldn't do that with a straight face. There was just no way of saying, yeah, we'll do this. We will gladly put ourselves out of business for a whale we've never seen.
Here we go, strap on that sou'wester, because Sturman class is in session. The lobster industry has been protecting whales for years. In 1997, all float rope was removed. In 2010, it replaced 30,000 miles of floating ground rope with sink rope, while in 2015, adding traps for less vertical rope to ensure safer passage through our waters. Now, despite implementing these regulations and the fact that there have been no entanglements associated with Maine gear since 2004, the population of right whales still isn't improving, all pointing to the Maine Lobster Fishery not being the ones responsible for the right whale's decline, and therefore shouldn't be threatened with non-productive regulations. Still, they come, like the closing of valuable and necessary fishing grounds, demanding marked rope whether it's in 200 or 2 fathoms of water, and the demand to use ropeless gear, which has still yet to solve the problem of polluting the bottom of the ocean with ghost gear, if they work at all.
To ask harvesters in a matter of a couple years to make these dramatic changes is really pretty draconian and puts a lot of people's livelihoods at risk. We could remove all the traps from the entire Gulf of Maine, and it still may not have an impact on the survival of right whales. Nobody here, industry included, wants to harm a right whale. They're magnificent beasts, and everybody recognizes that, and there's no denying they're threatened. Those same changes that are having ecosystem level effects on the Gulf of Maine, affecting the food supply of right whales, is causing them to change their distribution, and they're increasingly migrating further north and taking them more out of the Gulf of Maine. And that's my big concern, is that we'll invest all this effort in making all these changes, and we're doing the wrong thing. It's not going to solve the problem.
Offshore wind farms are another point of contention. While the idea of less dependence on fossil fuels and their effect on our planet is good, the claim of clean wind energy is disputed, specifically in the marine sciences, where it's been shown that these structures potentially have huge implications to the ecosystem and animals that live within it. And as of right now, Maine has proposed to put up 400 windmills by 2035. And there has been an alarming rate of whales washing up in areas that they are doing these exact testings.
Yeah, I mean, I think this lifestyle is definitely important to continue, and now if I can pass down to her some of the knowledge that I was given to set her up for success, I think that's definitely, beneficial.
Yeah, commercial fishermen are stewards on the ocean. They have a vested interest in protecting the water. So if commercial fishermen are on the water, to me, that's when it's going to become the wild, wild west, because there won't be the people that are out there that have that deep connection and interest in protecting the future of the ocean.